What if I told you that decades before the Wright brothers ever took to the sky, thousands of Americans looked up and swore they saw massive, mysterious flying ships gliding through the night? This isn't a sci-fi movie plot. This is one of the weirdest, most baffling true stories in American history. Welcome to the Great Phantom Airship Scare. The year is 1896. The world is on the cusp of a technological revolution. The first cars are just starting to rattle down dusty roads. Electric lights are a novelty, and the idea of human flight is still a wild dream. People are excited, hopeful, but also a little nervous about what the future holds. Then it begins. It starts in California. A strange, cigar-shaped object with a bright searchlight is seen moving against the wind over Sacramento. Newspapers report it, but most dismiss it as a prank or a misunderstanding. But then, the sightings spread eastward. Across the country, from the Pacific coast to the Midwest, a wave of reports floods in. Imagine you're a farmer in rural Texas, out late checking on your livestock. Suddenly, a low humming sound fills the air. You look up, and there, floating silently above your fields, is an enormous, dark ship. It's not a balloon. It has wings, propellers, and a blindingly bright light that scans the ground below. For a world that had never seen an airplane, this was beyond shocking. It was terrifying. These weren't just vague lights in the sky. Eyewitness accounts, published in reputable newspapers, were incredibly detailed. People described seeing intricate machinery, rudders, and even crews on board. Hundreds of credible witnesses, farmers, sheriffs, judges, and doctors all told similar stories. It was a bizarre phenomenon that gripped the nation. The scare reached its peak in 1897. The airships were no longer just passing overhead. Now, they were reportedly landing. In one account from Kansas, a farmer claimed an airship touched down in his field. He said he spoke with the crew, a group of strange-looking humans who told him they were from a far-off place, testing their new invention. They even offered him a ride, but he was too scared to accept. Then there's the most legendary tale of all, from the tiny town of Aurora, Texas. On April 17, 1897, the Dallas Morning News reported that a mysterious airship had crashed into a local judge's windmill. The wreckage was scattered everywhere, and among the debris, the townspeople found the body of the pilot. The article described the pilot as not of this world and claimed he was given a Christian burial in the local cemetery. To this day, people visit the Aurora graveyard, searching for the final resting place of this alleged extraterrestrial visitor. Fact or folklore, it's one of the creepiest chapters in this strange saga. As the sightings multiplied, so did the panic. Livestock were spooked, people hid in their homes, and cartoons in the newspapers began to mock the airship fiends. The stories became more and more outlandish. Some claimed the airships were dropping anchors and stealing cattle. Others said they heard beautiful music or loud arguments coming from the sky. America was in the grip of a full-blown mystery. So, what on earth was going on? Historians and investigators have spent over a century trying to figure it out, and the theories are just as wild as the sightings themselves. One popular theory is that these were the creations of secret, eccentric inventors. The late 19th century was full of brilliant minds tinkering away in sheds and workshops. Is it possible someone, or a group of people, managed to build a functional airship decades before anyone else, flying it at night to avoid detection? If so, it would rewrite the history of aviation. But where's the proof? No wreckage, blueprints, or patents have ever been found. Another explanation is mass hysteria. Think about it. It was a time of great change and anxiety. A few initial reports, maybe misidentified planets like Venus or bright stars, get sensationalized by the press. Soon, everyone is looking to the sky, expecting to see something. Our brains are powerful, and social suggestion can make us see things that aren't there. The airship scare could have been a psychological domino effect, a shared delusion that swept across the country. And we can't ignore the role of the newspapers. This was the golden age of yellow journalism, where sensational headlines sold papers. Editors knew that a story about a mysterious flying ship was far more exciting than local politics. It's highly likely that many reporters simply fabricated or exaggerated stories to boost sales, fueling the public's imagination and turning a few strange sightings into a nationwide phenomenon. But here's the part that still gives people chills. Many of the eyewitness descriptions included technology that was unheard of in the 1890s. They talked about powerful, electric searchlights brighter than any known at the time. They described complex propulsion systems and aerodynamic designs that shouldn't have existed yet. How could farmers and small-town sheriffs describe technology that wouldn't be invented for another 20 or 30 years? This detail makes it hard to dismiss everything as just a hoax or a mass hallucination. The Phantom Airship Scare eventually faded away as quickly as it had appeared. By the summer of 1897, the sightings stopped and the mystery was left unsolved. It became a strange footnote in history, a precursor to the UFO crazes of the 20th century. Unlike flying saucers, however, these weren't alien-looking discs. They were ships, described in terms people of the era could understand, dirigibles, but with impossible features. What makes this story so captivating is that it lives in the gray area between fact and fiction, science and superstition. It forces us to question how much of history is shaped not by what happened, but by what people believed happened. So, what were the Phantom Airships? Were they the work of a secret genius inventor, a mass delusion fueled by sensational media, or could they have been something else, something we still can't explain? The truth is, we may never know for sure, but the story serves as a powerful reminder that the past is filled with unbelievable mysteries waiting to be rediscovered. Thanks for joining me on this trip into one of history's weirdest chapters. If you enjoy exploring the unexplained, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that prove the past is stranger than you think. See you next time.